Is tone wood a myth, or does it actually make a difference to your tone? Well, in today's video, we're going to find out as we compare two identical guitars, but the only thing that makes them different is the tone wood that is used on the guitar. So today's episode is going to be a fun one, so sit back, relax, and let's get straight into this Squealing Pig Guitars episode. Hello guitarists, welcome back to Squealing Pig Guitars, the home of luxury drum machines here in Nottingham, England. In today's episode, we're doing quite the controversial episode. We're arguing in today's video whether tone wood is a myth or if it actually makes a difference to your guitar tone. We're going to be doing this test with two double cut Les Paul shaped guitars. These are the Rock and Roll Relics Thunders guitars. These have been lent to us by our friend Daniel, so I hope you're enjoying the video, mate. But it's going to be a very interesting video today. Both of these guitars have the exact same specification. The same pickups, the same body style, the same neck profile, the same tuners. The only thing that's different is the finish and the wood choice. Obviously, this is a bright sparkle pink one, and this is in the oxblood finish. This guitar is made out of Spanish cedar. It's a very light guitar, coming around 5.5 pounds. It feels like you're not holding a guitar when you hold it. I'm a big fan of this oxblood finish as well. It looks really cool in person with the white pick guard. Obviously, it's their Thunder shape, which is obviously very similar to a double cut junior from Gibson. We have a white P90 in this one as well. And then the contender is a guitar made out of mahogany. So on paper, this should be a darker guitar than the Spanish cedar. This is also slightly heavier, it's about 1 pound heavier. Still the same specs, still that kind of Thunder shape. I really like the way that this one looks. Looks like something that Billy Joe Armstrong would play. Personally, I think this is going to be a very interesting episode, as I've never had the opportunity to shoot out two identical guitars, but the only thing that's different is the tone wood that's used. Of course, this is a very controversial topic online. Pioneers of the guitar such as Paul Reed Smith have basically made their living on the concept of tone wood. They argue that maple is brighter and mahogany is darker, so it'll be interesting to actually see if there is a difference today. So let's not dawdle any further, let's get straight into this tone comparison and see how different they sound. To up the ante in today's video, I'm going to blindfold myself to see if I can actually hear the difference of the two guitars. I think I'll make it a little bit more interesting today, and then we'll do a conclusion at the end. Okay, so as you can see, I am now blindfolded. So this is going to be the first part of the test today. I'm basically going to see if I can tell the difference between these two guitars. I don't know which guitar I'm going to be handed. I might actually be handed the same guitar twice. I'm not too sure, but we'll see what happens. So let's go for guitar number one. Cheers. I've got a cleanish sound. This is kind of my normal clean tone. It's not crystal clean. It's got a little bit of gain to it, but that's how I like it. So this is full volume, full tone. So yeah, it's a very bright guitar. Firstly, these Rock and Roll Relics are so easy to play, very nice. As I roll down the volume, let's see kind of how that sounds. Going down the tone. It's a very, very bright sound. So my preconception to begin with would obviously be that that is the cedar one, as it doesn't necessarily have the character of a mahogany guitar. But bear in mind, it's a double cut. We do have a P90 in this as well, so it could just be bright for bright's sake. So let's have a listen to the other one. Oh, let's listen to the other one and see how that differs. Thank you. So this is the next guitar now. Let's do the same thing. So full volume, full tone. Wow, now that is quite the difference. That's actually quite striking. It's still on full volume, full tone, but this is a lot darker. Immediately, I prefer the way that this guitar sounds. It definitely has more of a Gibson quality to it. That's very nice. If I roll down the volume to around half, let's see how the pickup reacts. Definitely less of a scope on the volume knob. I think it's because the other guitar is brighter that the scope is more evident when you go from like 5 to 10. But this guitar, yeah, way more darker. So even without messing around with the tone control, my first kind of guess is that this is Mahogany, the other one was Cedar. The main reason I'm saying this is because this guitar has a darker sound and the other one has a brighter tone. In terms of which one I prefer, I definitely prefer this sound of this guitar. But let's hear a few more twangs on this guitar. So I'll go halfway on the tone. Oh, I don't even know what key I'm in. Let's go with that. That is a beautiful guitar. It stays in tune really nicely, got a really nice resonance, but yeah, it's just darker, and I guess it's more at home with what I'm looking for with a guitar tone. So, my final answer is that this is the Mahogany and the other one's the Cedar, and even if I'm wrong, there's an evident tone difference, so I think that's proven that tone wood is actually a thing and not a myth. But let me give the guitar back and we'll do the unveiling. Okay, so I'll take my thing off. Oh, was I right?
You were correct.
Yeah, I didn't expect that to be. I didn't expect it to be so obvious. I don't know if it's because my sight's removed. What we're gonna do now is Daniel's actually here with us today. He's obviously lent us the guitars for this demo, which is very kind of him. He said about doing a Red Hot Chili Peppers test, basically, where I play the same riff on both guitars and we compare. So you said to do like Can't Stop or something like that. Yeah, cool. Without my blindfold on, I do think it's less obvious. Now I can see, I don't feel like I can hear as there is a difference, but it's not night and day. Let's compare them full volumes. So it must be that was obviously darker. So it must be something in, maybe that volume is slightly more sensitive. I don't know, it does change. Because when you're on 8 on that one, I don't think it was too different, but when you have the full, this definitely sounds dark. The mid-range is different. I am truly shocked today because I've never had an instance where it's actually been proven to me that wood makes a difference on a guitar. Like obviously I've reviewed guitars in the past and they sound bright or they might sound dark, but I've never had the opportunity to actually compare the two identical models. So that's really interesting today. Yeah, great comparison. I think that's been a really interesting test today. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think? Could you hear a difference over YouTube? I know definitely in the room, I think we obviously agree with what we've heard today. But let me know if you can hear it on YouTube, and it'll be interesting listening back and actually seeing if we can hear a difference on the video. But now just to finish off the episode, I'm gonna do a little bit of playing on both guitars, explore some fuzz tones, and then we'll finish off. So. So now this is a bit of a curveball. I'm actually just going to play the same riff to compare on the Les Paul Jr. Obviously this is a single cut, different pickup. You know, it's not really accurate to the test, but obviously it's a very different guitar, although it's from the same kind of realm of guitar. So let's just see how this sounds. Interesting. Sounds completely different. That's interesting. So guys, that is the end of this Squealing Pig Guitars video. I really hope you've enjoyed checking out this tone wood debate. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think? Could you hear a difference between these two rock and roll relics guitars, or could you not? Let me know down below. And whilst you're down there, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to Squealing Pig Guitars if you're new to the channel. Today's video really surprised me, as I could actually hear a difference between Mahogany and Cedar. Well, at least that's what I thought, presuming that these two guitars sounded different. Obviously the finish is different. One was a sparkly finish and one was more of a kind of nitro, kind of metallic finish, which is a little bit more satin. But other than that, they had the same pickup, same hardware, same construction method. So it's safe to say that tone wood does make a difference, especially in these two examples. The Mahogany had that more typical Gibson character. It was darker, richer, and more full of a sound, whereas the Oxblood one was a little bit more of a Fender-like sound, a little bit more brittle, a little bit more bright, and was definitely a little bit better for more of them kind of Red Hot Chili Peppers riffs. But I thought that was a really interesting demo, so if you'd like to see more videos like this, make sure to hit that thumbs up button so we know down below. But of course, that is the end of this Squealing Pig Guitars video. I really hope you've enjoyed. My name is Ben Keightley, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video. But until then, keep rocking, guys. I'll see you soon.